They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
On the return, it's Rodgers. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Throwing Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones eluding the pressure right. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now Jones. Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Daquan Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. His throw incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
A.J. Bouye with a pick, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it, and they have to put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
23 yards on the play.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw, Darnold.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones sliding out of the pocket.
And that's to the former Panther, Curtis Samuel.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
From the gun, Jones. That is caught by Cataway. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there, a big one. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Gibson. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Gibson again, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Darnold now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Defense wins championships, baby. Hey, ladies. Turn up. Kill. You go tight right there. Spot.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35.
62 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey.
Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Jones, a final shot before break. This will be caught at Samuel, and he's got this down to the 35.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
Roberts on the return.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Jones now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Second and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jones escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job
make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Check the backer. Check the backer. Go.
On third down, Jones dancing to his left. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. And Callaway taking it in left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
On second down, McCaffrey. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Watch the twist.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. And they are going for it. Darnold eluding the pressure. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jones hit and the ball's out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on second and long. Jones being chased out left. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on fourth down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jamin Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll run with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Watch the run, watch the run. Yo, 80. Fresno. Man, 80. Man, 80. Hey, watch it. 49, check 49.
Now it's Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 25.
inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The corner blitz works to perfection for A.J. Boye. To try again after the sack. Jones. Flush to his right. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Mike 4-2, Mike 4-2. Minus 42. Quit talking about it and play it. 42's mark, 42's mark. Man, that's trash.
Back to throw. Jones. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. He's at the 50, 30, 20, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Jones throwing after the interception. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And he is all the way up past the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this one is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And Thomas has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Bryant has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Darnold finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Darnold. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones eluding the pressure right. Escapes the sack.
And this one too low.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Completes it to Samuel.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Throwing Jones. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw is incomplete.
Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Jones. Flushed out right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with him. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Back to throw again. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Now Darnold. This is Anderson.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Here's Darnold. And Marshall's got it. And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Darnold to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, and that'll bring up second down. Darnold. For Marshall, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Darnold to Marshall there. First down, Panthers. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Darnold. The quick slant caught. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think about the 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.